Good morning. My name is Lilly Long. I am a senior at North Atlanta High School and I plan to attend the University of Virginia in the fall. I grew up with the cathedral as the grounding force in my life. No matter what was changing, there have always been Wednesday night choir rehearsals, Sunday morning services, and monthly youth activities. The cathedral has always been a part of my life. It is where I was baptized as a baby and confirmed in 8th grade, took my first communion, played nearly every role in the Christmas pageant, led groups of kids at Week of Wonder, organized youth events, and sang in the choir. But with each recurring Sunday, I have also found that it is the weekly reminder of reflection and gratitude. Whether I am among the congregation in the pews or behind the altar in my choir robes, spending Sunday mornings at church have always been guaranteed. And it is in these moments that I can step back and approach the world at my own pace. Within the church walls, there are no pushing deadlines or obligations, but rather opportunities for me to have total control over what seems like a nearly uncontrollable life. I take these moments as the chance to recharge, diverting my attention away from my upcoming chemistry test and into spirituality. In a world dictated by the unknown, the power of the church continues to inspire me week by week. For many, the joys of church come from sitting in the pews, listening and watching the preachers, and hearing the wonderful music from the organ. But for me, all of those same feelings have come from behind the altar. Since age 5, I have been a member of the Cathedral Youth Choir, beginning with Mr. Charlie in the music room and working my way up to Dr. Scott and Dr. Alderman in the adult choir room. Wednesday night choir rehearsals have always been my weekly commitment. Some of my most treasured moments have occurred while singing in this choir. Aside from learning how to read music, I have developed such an enormous love for church hymns, psalms, and organ solos that I find myself singing and humming the verses outside of church. On Easter Sunday, I look forward to setting my alarm for 4:30 a.m., knowing that I get to sing the Sunrise Eucharist and my all-time favorite hymn, Hail Thee, Festival Day, with the brass accompaniment. But my greatest memories in choir are dedicated to those who have paved the path before me, the previous head choristers and directors who have demonstrated the honor of serving a congregation in loyalty and voice. I, now taking on the role of head chorister, am tasked with living up to those standards, not as a responsibility, but as a privilege. Being a part of this choir has made me realize that this is my chance to be a part of something bigger, something altruistic, something collective, something that will not only outlive me but go on to serve others in the future. Moments here aren't moments of interference, but of indulgence. It is through the tiny triumphs of singing an entire hymn by memorization and hitting the high C note in the anthem that I continue to find confidence, strength, and joy, and I cannot imagine living my life any other way. Outside of my weekly commitment to choir, the Cathedral Youth Ministry has also contributed to the person I am today. With everything from Tuesday night Bible studies at Fellini's, to ski trips in North Carolina and high school lock-ins, to leading a small group for 8th grade confirmation, the church has fostered the creation of friendships that will truly last a lifetime. I was also blessed to embark on 2 mission pilgrimages to Cap Haitian, Haiti, under the leadership of Maggie Paul and Kathy Zappa, which opened my eyes to the power of the church beyond its walls. Attending 2 summers in a row, this experience changed the way I recognize the world around me by teaching me how to be mindful of the present. We worked with 2 children's orphanages, and while many built bunk beds and painted walls, I found it just as special to sit with the children, playing card games, making friendship bracelets, and letting them braid my hair. Even though we spoke different languages and were total strangers to one another, we found ways to smile and laugh, and by the end of each day, I was overwhelmed with the impact of just being present. Despite all of the changing or unexpected events in my life, I can always count on the church to bring me back home. I love that I can walk through the doors and feel just as comfortable as I am in my own house. I love that I can recognize hymns from the first few notes of the organ, or be able to sing Psalm 150 by heart on any given day. I love that I can walk past certain rooms and remember, this was my confirmation classroom, or this is where we gathered for Bible study. I love that my routine of putting on my robes and collar for Sunday morning services is just as familiar as getting dressed in the morning. Despite the uncertainty of the future as I begin the next chapter of my life, I know that I can always count on the centering moments in church that have put smiles on my face, rhythm in my voice, and character into my name.